Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pre-Game. A look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls Game. And now, Viking Pre-Game.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight we're going to take a little time out from the annual gun deer hunting season for some girls high school basketball as the 1-1 Colfax Viking Girls are getting ready to take on the 1-0 Bloomer Blackhawks. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Bloomer Blackhawks and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's girls basketball game between the Bloomer Blackhawks and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to continue their winning ways following their 56-53 win over the Regis Ramblers last Friday. In that game against Regis, the Vikings used a balanced scoring attack and found their aggressiveness in rebound to lead the Vikings to victory. Leading the way for the Vikings in scoring was 5'7" senior Maddie Barstead, who put up 19 points. Emily Bertram-Schofield and Jasmine Best each added 10 points, while McKenna Shipman chipped in another 8. Thus far this season, the Vikings are led in scoring by sophomore McKenna Shipman, who's averaging 15.5 points per game. She's followed by senior Maddie Barstead, who's putting up 12.5 points per game. Also leading contributors include senior Emily Bertram-Schofield and junior Jasmine Best, who are adding 8 and 6.5 points per game, respectively. The Bloomer Blackhawks are coming off a 46-39 win over the Hayward Hurricanes last Thursday. Unfortunately, we don't have any statistics from last Thursday's game. The Blackhawks are coming off a 10-8 record in their 2020-2021 season before bowing out in the WIAA playoffs in the regionals to Unity 59-44. The Blackhawks returned last season's leading scorer in senior Abby Iverson, who averaged nearly 12 points per game. Look for Iverson to get help from sophomore Danielle Latz, who as a freshman contributed over 9 points per game. Look for junior Bella Seibel to be a force to contend with on the boards, as last season she pulled down nearly 7 rebounds per game. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking Girls head coach Courtney Serrar, and Coach, last Friday, the Vikings defeated the Regis Ramblers 56-53. Your comments about that one?
You know, I think anytime you can beat Regis is just a huge win. You know, the history is there between the battles between our two teams. So I was excited. Our coaching staff was excited. The girls were excited. It was a huge game for us as far as seeding in the sectional, you know, and just kind of moving forward from there. The girls battled hard, and we came away with a win. Okay, well, it seems as if the Viking girls found their aggressiveness while rebounding. And the other thing that I noticed is that the Vikings seemed to play a more in-your-face defense, which seemed to frustrate the Ramblers. Was that part of the plan, or was it the team finding their stride? You know, our defensive plan was just to make things tough for McKenna Rorscheid. I thought we did a decent job at times, and then, of course, there were times when we didn't do a great job. And you know, I said this in my post-game interview that night. You know, hats off to her, because she made just a ton of tough shots and was able to put the ball in the basket with, you know, a defender in her face, and she made a lot of tough shots. And that's the way that the game goes sometimes. But what I liked is that the girls, you know, didn't get frustrated. They just kept sticking with our plan, and, you know, we made some plays down the stretch as well, and it came out in our favor. Now, tonight, the Vikings take on the Bloomer Blackhawks. And what can you tell us about the Blackhawks and what kind of challenges they have for you? Nikki does a great job with her girls. Historically, they've played a matchup 2-3 zone that has kind of given us fits year after year. It's made it really difficult for us to score. They do a great job, you know, matching up, but not moving around, and we're just not used to that per se. So we had a great day of practice yesterday, and I'm excited to see, you know, how we adjust, and hopefully we're able to knock some shots down, because I think that'll be key, you know, against any type of zone. Yeah, now the Vikings are going to have to contend with Blackhawks senior Abby Iverson. Now, she was one of the leading scorers from last year. What do the Vikings need to do to shut her down? Yeah, she had a big game in their opener too, I think, where she had 17 or 18 points or something like that. So we just have to swarm smart. We can't let her dribble in the lane. And then another thing too is we can't let her just have easy, you know, second shots. So we have to make sure after she gets the first shot, box out, and keep her off the boards. Better ball pressure, I think, would be key, not just to let them, you know, toss it into her whenever they want to. So that's a couple of things that we worked on yesterday to adjust for her. And it's kind of like what you had to do to deal with Rorscheid with Regis. She's going to get some points, and you just can't let the fact that she scores once in a while frustrate you, and stick with your plan. Yeah, she's a great post player. She's got really nice touch around the basket. Like you said, she's going to get her points. We just have to make sure, you know, that if she does miss, we don't allow her to have second chance opportunities, and just make everything a difficult shot without fouling. That's something we talked about as well. Now, any injuries or changes that we should look for in tonight's game? No, luckily we're still all healthy and ready to play tonight. Well, Coach Serrar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will build on last Friday's win and tack up another win tonight. Yes, thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to continue on their winning ways as they prepare to defend their Dunn St. Croix Conference title and get ready to challenge for their 4th straight conference championship. On the other hand, the Bloomer Blackhawks would like to keep their 2021-2022 record unblemished. So the stage is set for some exciting girls high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where Ethan Bartles and I will bring you all the action of tonight's girls' game between the Colfax Vikings and the Bloomer Blackhawks. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings girls game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking basketball is on the air.
Adielski's pass gets intercepted. Barstead, she brings it back down the floor. Cuts into the lane. Jumper from the lane, nothing but net this time.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking girls varsity basketball game.
Barstead over to the left side to Best, who puts up the three and hit it. Jasmine Best with a three-pointer. She's got 8 points.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Pass down the left side to Hajdukovic. Hook shot goes up and in. Jeanette Hajdukovic with the power forward hook. So we're here at Colfax High School with the Vikings getting ready to take on the Bloomer Blackhawks. And Ethan and I will have some more information for you right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Derry State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit DerryStateBank.com or call to learn more. Derry State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Ethan Bartles. And Ethan, why don't you let us know who's playing in tonight's game?
Absolutely. First, for the visiting Bloomer Blackhawks, starting with the sophomore forward, 5'9", number 15, Danielle Latz. Next, number 31, the 5'10" sophomore guard, Cece Seibel. The sophomore guard, number 33, Brooklyn Sorar. Next up, number 41, point guard, 5'7" senior, Madison Fashionbauer. And rounding it off, the team's leading scorer after one game of play, number 55, senior power forward, Abby Iverson.
In fact, Iverson was one of the leading scorers off the team last year, so they get to return her. And that's the one the Vikings really need to keep their eye on. But if you keep too much of an eye on her, somebody else is going to come up and get you.
Absolutely.
So who do the Vikings have out there on the floor?
Well, let me tell you, Rick, I bet you the fans could guess if they've been paying attention the last 2 games. Same starting five for the Vikings after their 1-1 start, especially coming off that 56-53 win over Regis here Friday night. It's an exciting one that was. We start with number 12, Jillian Bovey, 5'6" guard. Number 22, Madison Barstead, the senior. Also senior, number 24, Emily Bertram Schofield. Number 32, the junior, Jasmine Best. And the sophomore, the team's leading scorer after 2 games of play, averaging 15.5 points per game. Number 42, McKenna Shipman.
Shipman had a really strong game against Hayward and then filled it in with a solid performance against Regis back on Friday.
Absolutely.
So we need a lot of big stuff from her to continue.
Yeah, I agree. They also had a beautiful night Friday night from number 22, Madison Barstead. It was her night for the player profile, and she really showed out as well.
By the way, tonight at halftime, when we get to the player profile, we'll be hearing from Jillian Bovey.
Maybe we'll see how much she shines tonight.
There you go. And they're over on the sidelines getting ready for the national anthem and for the player introductions. So we'll send it down to the scorers table for all of that. By the way, the national anthem tonight will be sung by Elena Smith and Jordan Johnson.
As the national anthem is sung by the Colfax High School duo of Elena Smith and Jordan Johnson.
That was Elena Smith and Jordan Johnson. And now we'll send it back down to the scorers table for their version of the starting lineups. Won't be anywhere near as good as what you did, Ethan, but we'll send it down there anyway.
Between the Bloomer Blackhawks and your Colfax Vikings. Introducing the starters for the Blackhawks. Number 15 is sophomore, Danny Latz. Number 31 is sophomore, Cece Seibel. Number 33 is sophomore,
I'll tell you what, Ethan. Athletic Director Mike Hodel is going to try and give you a run for your money, I think.
I agree, but I think he's also had a little bit more practice than I have.
Well, that's true.
But I'm working on it. That's one of my plans throughout the season is to nail the starting lineups, whether Dan will be doing them or myself for the boys' game.
So the Blackhawks are out on the floor. Latz, Seibel, Sarar, Fashionbauer, and Iverson. And for the Vikings, the usual starting five: Bovey, Barstead, Bertram Schofield, Best, and Shipman. We have Latz jumping center against Shipman. Ball goes up and is controlled by the Blackhawks. Down across the timeline is Fashionbauer. They get it over to the right side. That's Seibel with it. Feeds it underneath to Iverson. She kicks it back out high to Latz. Into the lane and back out again, now on the left side. Fashionbauer over to Seibel. Now it's down to Fashionbauer. She works the left side, tries to go up, gets knocked out of bounds. Ball remains with the Blackhawks. Seibel to inbound. Gets it out high to Fashionbauer. Puts up the three and she hit it. Three-pointer by Madison Fashionbauer. Puts the Blackhawks on top, 3-0. Best brings it across the timeline. Feeds it over to Bovey, back out to Best. To Bertram Schofield on the left. Cross-court pass to Bovey. On the right. Puts up a three. She hit it! Jillian Bovey answers. And we're tied at 3. Sarar has it. She feeds it over to Seibel. On the right side. Now she takes it out high, wide, and right. Feeds it to Latz between the circles. Over to Sarar on the left side. Back out high and then down to Fashionbauer on the left side. She takes it to the free throw lane. Passes down into the right corner to Latz. Tries to drive the lane. She can't. Ball gets taken away by Bertram Schofield. She's taking it down the floor. Pulls up. Kicks it back out to Best. Over to Barstead, to Bertram Schofield. Turns around in the edge of the lane. No good. Rebound. Shipman tries to go back up with it. Draws the foul and is going to go to the line for 2. Fouls on Abby Iverson. It's her first personal. First foul on anybody.
And if there's anybody you're going to make draw fouls, it's that one, Abby Iverson.
First shot is off the front of the iron, no good.
Kenna Shipman will have her hands full tonight underneath, but it's a matchup I'm eager to watch as the night carries on.
Her second shot's on the way. It does not go in. Iverson with the rebound. They feed it down the floor. This is Sarar with it. High, wide, and left. Over to Seibel. Tries to feed it across, and we've got a charging call against Danielle Latz as she tried to drive into the lane, tried to split the difference between 2 Vikings, and the Vikings didn't give ground and drew the charge.
They're pretty good at that early on this season. Rick is standing in there and taking that charge.
First personal on Latz, second team foul on Bloomer. Bovey feeds it underneath the Barstead, lays it up and in. Vikings up 5-3. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. Sarar with it. Gets it out to Iverson between the circles. Tries to feed it across and Bovey knocks it out of bounds. They were trying to get the pass to Fashionbauer. Ball gets inbounded into Latz. To Iverson, puts it up from underneath. It does not go. Bertram Schofield down across the timeline. Feeds it to Bovey, puts it up from 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound being fought for underneath. And coming away with it is Seibel. She feeds it over to Sarar. Sarar to Iverson. Iverson at the free throw line. Takes it down the right side of the lane, kicks it out to Serrar. Serrar tries a cross-court pass, and Iverson zigged when Serrar thought she was going to zag.
Absolutely. Faked her own teammate out.
So the Vikings have it. Best brings it across the timeline. Vikings on top, 5-3. Best feeds it out to Barstead, puts up a three, rims around and off. Blackhawks come down with a rebound. Serrar across the timeline to Iverson between the circles. Iverson directing traffic over to Latz. Feeds it back to Iverson in the lane, turns around, puts it up off the glass and in. Ties the game up at 5. And Best brings it down the floor. Takes it down the right side of the lane. Kicks it out to Shipman, puts it up no good. Rebound being fought for and chased down by the Blackhawks. This is Serrar taking it down to the other end. Ball gets knocked away, out of bounds, and Bloomer will have control of the ball.
Chris Apetska checking into the game for Bloomer. And 3 new subs for Colfax.
Hajdukovic, yep.
Molly Hydorn.
And Ainsley Olsen. Ball comes in. Three-pointer goes up. It's no good. The shot was intended by Seibel.
Another one of those infamous jump balls.
The rebound did get tied up, and the Vikings have it with the possession arrow. So Best brings it across the timeline. Feeding it over to Hydorn on the right. To Barstead, to Olsen in the middle, and she puts it in. Right in the middle of the lane, Ainsley Olsen puts one in. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. Iverson out high, drives down the lane, guarded closely by Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic knocked the shot out of bounds. Bloomer inbounds it, feeds it to Iverson in the lane, turnaround jumper, she put it in. And here comes Best down the floor in a 7-7 game. Hydorn pushes up a three, it's no good. Ball gets taken away by Barstead, feeds it out to Best into the middle of the lane.
Ooh.
And she was trying to feed it out to Hydorn, I believe, and Hajdukovic coming down through the lane didn't see the pass coming and inadvertently knocked it out of bounds.
Tough break there for Colfax.
Bloomer to inbound. They get it into Fashionbauer. Feeds it into the forecourt. To Serrar, puts a shot up, draws nothing. And the ball was grabbed by Jones, but she stepped out of bounds almost as soon as she grabbed it. So the Vikings have it. Best to bring it down the floor. She's between the circles. Feeds it over to the left side to Barstead. Back to Best. To Hydorn. Cross-court pass to Barstead. She puts up the three. Off the iron, no good. Bloomer chases down the board. It gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Bloomer ball. Those long balls coming out from those three-point shots means you really have to be ready to chase it down. And right now, Bloomer's winning those battles.
Yep. You always think about it like the.
But the Vikings are doing a good job of blocking the passing lanes, like right there. Jasmine Best has it. She has it on the right side. Gets it up to Hydorn. Launches the three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by Petska. Down the floor comes Jones. She feeds it over to the right side to Fashionbauer. In and out with her three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken down by Bloomer. Fashionbauer gets it out to Jacobs. Puts the shot up and it went in. It's a three. Bloomer on top, 10-7. Best has it. Feeds it into the lane to Olsen. Bounce pass over to Hajdukovic on the left side to Barstead. Barstead over to Hydorn. Just inside the arc, and it's no good. Hydorn struggling to find the range. She's close.
Happy early. No.
Pass down to the baseline, defended by Olsen, who then had it tapped out of bounds by Jacobs, and so the Vikings have the ball. Best with it, feeds it over to the right side to Hydorn. Down underneath to Hajdukovic. She tried to put it up. She got fouled on the way up, and she got fouled by Carissa Petska. That'll be Petska's first personal, third team foul. Hajdukovic's first shot off the back of the iron, no good.
It's Jenna Goodell and Aaliyah Reed into the game for the first time today for Colfax.
Second shot on the way. That one's good. 10-8. Vikings down by 2. Iverson brings the ball down the floor. Feeds it over to the right side. That's Sarar. Then out to Seibel. Into the lane to Jacobs. Shot from the outside is no good. Rebound taken down, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Just as Hajdukovic was getting rid of that to Goodell, Iverson held on just long enough for the ref to call a jump ball. Bloomer keeps possession.
So inbounding it is Jones. Out to Iverson. Back to Jones. On the left side. Jones outside the arc. Feeds it out to Sarar. Sarar into the lane and gets the rebound is Iverson. She puts it up and in. 12-8. Blackhawks up by 4. Hydorn with it. Feeds it underneath. And the pass gets knocked away by Sarar. She comes down the floor, goes to a knee, feeds it off to Seibel, puts the shot up, no good. Olsen with the rebound. Hydorn feeds it off to the left side. They get it to Hajdukovic, tries that hook shot. It did not go, blocked by Iverson. Sarar with it. Feeds it out between the circles to Petska. Now over to the right side to Seibel. Into the lane to Latz, and the shot goes up by Iverson, is no good. And the Vikings come away with it. Hydorn loses the handle. Ball's loose on the floor. Blackhawks pick it up. Down the floor they come. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Attempt by Sarar. Pass gets intercepted by Sarar. She lays that one up and in. And Coach Sarar wants to have a talk about things. So 14-8, Blackhawks leading. We're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School Girls Basketball. Our next game will be on a Monday, November 29th when the Vikings host the Clear Lake Warriors. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:55. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Monday, November 29.
Back here at Colfax High School. Barstead inbound the ball for the Vikings. Gets it to Best. Down the floor. She stops outside the arc, and we have a whistle and a foul. That's a foul on Serrar. Across the arm. That's the 4th team foul. First personal on Serrar. Bovey with it, feeds it out to the top of the key. Now over to the left side to Bertram Schofield. Back over to Bovey on the right to Bertram Schofield on the left. Drives into the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Her shot gets blocked. And down the floor come the Blackhawks. Serrar with it. Gets it over to the right side to Jacobs. Jacobs feeds it down underneath to Iverson, who kicks it back out. The shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. She goes to the floor, and Iverson picks up the loose ball and puts it in. 16-8. Bloomers opened up an 8-point lead. Barstead with it. Feeds it out to the left side to Bertram Schofield, over to Best. Best at the top of the key. Now they feed it down into the right corner. Shipman puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, Shipman comes away with it, and the next shot is no good. Down the floor, they get it to Latz. Ball gets knocked loose, but picked up, and the shot goes up is no good. And we have a foul being called on
Jacobs.
On the Blackhawks. Yes, it's against on Jacobs. Her second personal. It's the 5th team foul.
No team fouls yet for Colfax, so that's a good sign if you're thinking about the Vikings on the free throw line.
Pass gets intercepted by the Blackhawks. They bring it down the floor. Ball gets loose and out of bounds off the Vikings.
And for the 3rd straight game, Rick, Colfax has had to go up against a little more height and length than they're used to. Not than they're used to, but than what they have. So early on, it's presenting a little test for them.
Shot from 3 is good. That one's by Serrar. 19-8. Blackhawks up by 11. Vikings bring it down across the timeline. Feed into the lane to Barstead. Turns around, puts it up, and she hit it. That ends a scoring drought for the Vikings. Fashionbauer has it, feeds it over to the left side to Serrar, launches a 3, no good. Iverson gets the rebound, she puts it up, and again it's no good. And they tie her up. Emily Bertram Schofield tied her up. And the Vikings will have the ball on the alternate side out. Iverson takes a seat. And Best brings the ball down the floor for the Vikings. Stops at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Bovey, down underneath to Barstead. Tries to get it to Shipman, can't quite handle it, but is picked up by Bertram Schofield. Puts up an 8-footer, it's good! And she drew the harm. (19-12), Vikings have cut it to 7. 6:52 to go in the first half. Emily Bertram Schofield puts the shot up, it's no good, but the rebound taken down by Shipman to Barstead. She nails a 3! Maddie Barstead with the 3-pointer cuts the lead to cuts it to 4. 19-15. Blackhawks have it on the right side. Seibel feeds it out to Serrar. Over to Petska. Then to Fashionbauer, takes it into the lane, then kicks it out high and over to Petska. Petska drives the baseline, does not get it to go, and the Vikings come down with the ball. Long lead pass to Bertram Schofield, she overlays it, and here comes Bloomer back down the floor.
Just got a little ahead of herself, did Bertram Schofield on that layup. Had a really good opportunity to make it a one-possession game.
Petska with it on the left side. She tries to drive the baseline. Ball gets knocked loose. She picks it up, trying to find somewhere to go with it. She's all bottled up down there. Feeds it underneath finally to Seibel, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. I believe it's on Best.
I believe so.
Yeah, foul's on Jasmine Best. It's her first personal, first team foul on the Vikings. Fashingbauer to inbound. 19-15. Bloomer on top, 5:48 to go in the first half. Fashingbauer inbounds it to Seibel. To Fashingbauer from the corner, shot's no good. Best comes away with it. She's got some pressure on her, but she turns around and brings it right down the floor. Cross the timeline, into the lane, kicks it out. Shot's on the way, it's short. Bertram Schofield comes down with the rebound. To Bovey, feeds it underneath to Shipman, who puts it in. 19-17, and we have a timeout being called by the Blackhawks. And you're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, and there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
And the Vikings have closed the gap. They were down by 11, and now they're down by 2. So it's a 9-0 run by the Vikings.
And 5 of those 9 come from that back-to-back possessions where Bloomer didn't have a possession after the three-point play, that missed attempt, but then they got the big rebound and put back.
And they lose the control of the ball, and the Vikings bring it down. Shipman trying to find control. Well, she's got the ball. She lays it in and ties the game. Yeah, it was Bovey who lost control, but then she fed it off to Shipman, and Shipman tied it up from underneath. Down the floor comes Fashingbauer. Feeds it over to Sarar, who shuffled her feet a little bit and gets called for the traveling. Best to bring it down the floor. Right through the center circle. Feeds it off to the left side to Bertram Schofield. Back out to Best. To Bovey. Tries to get it across to Barstead, but the ball gets intercepted. But Bovey gets it right back again. Drives down the right side of the lane, into the lane. We're going to get a whistle. And I believe we're getting a foul on Seibel.
I believe so. Yep, the block.
And that will send Bovey to the line because that's the 7th team foul on Bloomer. Bovey's first shot is good. Off the back of the iron and through. Kind of a knuckleball, had no spin on it.
No, it did not, but it hit the back of the iron and dropped in.
Second shot. That one's also good.
Nothing but net on that one, Rick.
Vikings have a 2-point lead. Down the floor comes Sarar. Ball gets knocked away from behind by Bertram Schofield. Here come the Vikings right back down the floor. Bovey with a long 3, no good. Shipman comes down with the board. Barstead with it, or not Barstead, that's Best.
Jasmine Best that time.
Yes.
32-22.
Did you ever notice how many Viking players' names start with B's?
Absolutely.
We're just a hive of bees.
Yep.
Watch out for their sting. Down the floor comes Bloomer. This is Fashingbauer. Feeds it out to Iverson from the free throw line. Shot's no good. Best comes away with it. And down the floor. Bovey to Best at the top of the key. Feeds it into the lane to Shipman. She puts it up and in.
I'm not sure what Coach Soar said in that timeout break at 19-8, but it's a 15-0 run for the Vikings ever since.
23-19. Here's Sarar launching a 3. It's no good. Vikings come away with it. Barstead takes it down the length of the floor, pulls up, puts the shot up, no good. Shipman tries to put back but got fouled on the way up.
This will be Sarar's second.
Shipman's shot is good. And we have a timeout on the floor before she gets her second shot. Score, Vikings 24, Blackhawks 19. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are excited to be able to bring you Colfax High School boys basketball.
This is what we came here for.
We'll tip off the 2021-2022 season on Tuesday, November 30th when the Vikings host the Amory Warriors. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:50. That's live Colfax Viking boys basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Colfax High School.
$16-0 run for the Vikings since Coach Sarar's first time out of the half, and it was a big one. And I could tell you, I was looking at it from up here, Rick, and it did not look like Coach was happy. She had her 5 sitting on the bench, and she looked a little animated, so sparked a little fire under the Vikings.
Shipman at the line for her second shot, and this one's off the front of the iron. Bloomer comes down with the rebound. And down the floor, but the ball gets knocked away, but they're going to get Barstead with the foul in the process of trying to get that one taken away. A little bit of aggressiveness that's picked up on behalf of the Vikings.
Absolutely, and I think that's what Coach Sarar was talking about. They didn't come out with as much fire as Bloomer did.
Blackhawks feed it over to the left side, down to the baseline is Petska. Shot goes up, and we got a foul underneath. 3:15 to go in the first half. Fouls on Shipman. It's her first personal, third team foul on the Vikings. First shot is up and in. Second shot is up and in. 24-21, Vikings on top. Down the floor come the Vikings with it. Feed it into the lane to Olsen. She feeds it out to Hydorn, and they're gonna call Olsen with a 3-second violation. She evidently did not clear the lane as she dished it off. Long pass. We have a collision between Olsen and Latz. They're going to get Olsen with the foul. It's her first personal. Fourth team foul. Blackhawks inbound. Sarar with it. Feeds it over to the right side to Petska. Into the lane, and they're going to call a foul. I think it's going to be on Hyde. Nope. My mistake.
Looks like Jasmine Bess. Her second. Very close to a travel on that one, Rick.
Very close.
Which
that's the second foul on Best. She takes a seat.
Fans in front of us thought that was a travel as well.
Inbounding it is Jones. She gets it out high. Shot goes up, no good. Jones with the rebound. Feeds it out to Sarar. Sarar from inside the arc puts it up, no good. Shipman with the rebound, gets it to Hydorn. Down the floor come the Vikings, feeds it over to to Barstead. Takes it into the lane, out to Hydorn, puts up the three. She hit it that time! Hydorn with the three.
Lid finally opening for Hydorn on her third three.
27-21, 2:22 to go. Ball gets loose on the floor. Shipman tries to get it picked up, and she got fouled. Fouled by Sarar.
And that's
the
number
third
3.
Foul on Sarar. She's going to take a seat.
Number 3 for 33, as I was going to say there.
That's a pretty good poker hand if you so desire.
Absolutely.
Because you got 4 threes up there right there because there's 3 timeouts left as well. Shots up and good.
Or number
Shipman.
33 with their third foul for the 9th team foul.
Yeah.
3 plus 3 plus 3.
Shipman gets the ball for her second try. It's on the way. Rolls around and in. 29-21. Vikings with their biggest lead of the night, 8 points. Blackhawks bring it down the floor, cross the timeline. They feed it down to Jacobs. Over to the free throw line to Sibel. To Fashionbauer on the right. Puts a shot up. It's no good. Ball gets tapped around. Fashionbauer comes away with it. They get it to Sibel. She puts a shot up. Goes out of bounds. Off the Blackhawks. And the Vikings will have it. Olsen to inbound. Gets it to Bovey. Bovey between the circles. Backs up a little bit, trying to direct some traffic. To Hydorn on the right. Back out to Bovey. Over to Olsen from the corner, it's no good. And coming down with the rebound are the Blackhawks. They feed it into the lane to Latz. And the shot is no good. Hydorn with the rebound, or Hajdukovic with the rebound. Bovey with it. Feeds it over to Hydorn, back over to Bovey. Bovey between the circles, over to Olsen on the right side. Cross court pass to Hajdukovic. She loses control of it. She thought about passing it, but who she thought she was going to pass it to had moved. Long shot by Fashionbauer is no good. Ball gets knocked around, and pretty nice play by Danielle Latz that time. She saves it from going out of bounds, and she saved it right off the hip of Hajdukovic.
Latz has been around a bunch of the loose balls in this one early. I haven't seen her off the court much tonight in this first half.
Seibel out to Fashionbauer. Over to Jones. Then to Jacobs. Back down to Jones. Tries to put it up. No good. Bovey with the ball. 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Vikings in the midst of a 21-2 run.
Vikings taking their time, looking for a last shot. Shipman with it on the right. Out high to Bovey. Over to the left side to Hydorn. Back out to Bovey. High, wide, and left. 5 seconds. Into the lane. Bovey dishes it off. Hajdukovic lays it up and in. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half with the score. The Vikings 31, the Bloomer Blackhawks 21. Coming up, we have Viking halftime, and you are tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew a girl so smart, so responsible, she must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Jillian Bovey, and Jillian's a senior at Colfax High School. Jillian, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
I'm actually in student council and NHS, but no other sports.
Well, that'll keep you pretty busy, though.
Yep.
All right, when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of experience have you had?
I started playing in second grade, and I played up with the third graders, and that really helped me become friends with them. So last year we worked really good together, actually.
So what's the most important thing you've learned from playing basketball?
The most important thing I think I learned is that communication is key, and that nothing works without communication.
So when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you occupied and busy?
In the summer, I love to be on the lake. I like to ski and wakeboard, and then in the winter, I like to downhill ski too.
Well, fun. All right, I've got a few rapid fire questions for you. All right, first thing that pops into your head, pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
I'd have to say ice cream.
Your favorite flavor?
Ooh, cookies and cream.
Okay. Your favorite color and why?
Probably blue, because it's just natural and calming, I guess.
All right, now if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
I would like to fly because I think it seems really cool.
Get you anywhere and avoid all the traffic and stuff?
Right.
Yeah. Now, with a superpower like that, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what would yours be?
Maybe Flying Jilly.
Flying Jilly, okay. Hey, your favorite NBA or WNBA team?
Obviously the Bucks, I think.
Well, it's hard to not go with a winner, yeah. And your favorite collegiate basketball team?
Definitely the Badgers.
All right. Now, we're talking with Jillian Bovey here on Viking Profile. And Jillian, what are your plans for after high school?
After high school, I plan to attend Winona and major in business.
Okay. How about a shout out to your family?
Yeah, definitely my parents, my sisters, and my grandparents, both sets.
Okay. And when people watch Viking games, what position do you play?
I'll be playing the 1 or the 2 guard.
Okay. We want to thank Jillian Bovey for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next is more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The winter sports season for the Colfax Vikings got underway last week as the Viking girls took on the Hudson Raiders on Tuesday the 16th and the Regis Ramblers on Friday the 19th. On Tuesday the 16th, the girls traveled to Hudson where they were defeated by the Raiders 54-43. The Raiders are the WIAA Division I state runners-up. In that game, the Vikings were led in scoring by sophomore McKenna Shipman, who put up 23 points. She was followed in scoring by seniors Maddie Barstead and Emily Bertram Schofield, who each added 6 points. On the boards, the Vikings were again led by Shipman, who pulled down 7 rebounds, followed by Ainsley Olsen, who grabbed 6. On Friday the 19th, the girls were defeated by the Regis Ramblers 56-53 in the home opener for the Vikings. In that game, the Vikings were led in scoring by Maddie Barstead, who hit on 5 field goals, 2 3-pointers, and 3 free throws for 19 points. Emily Bertram-Schofield and Jasmine Best also hit double figures with 10 points each. Going into this week, the Vikings have a record of 1 win and 1 loss. The Viking boys began practice on Monday the 15th and are scheduled to host the Amory Warriors on Tuesday, November 30th. The Vikings will need to replace 8 players who graduated from last season's roster. They do, however, return 8 players from last year's team who saw some varsity time. Look for the Vikings to rely on the strong rebounding of Tristan Lenz, who last year pulled down over 5 rebounds per game while scoring nearly 6 points per game. The Colfax Bloomer wrestling team began practice on Monday the 15th. Their first dual meet is scheduled for Tuesday, December 9th at Bloomer High School against the Regis Altoona team. Action in that one gets underway at 7 p.m. This week, there is limited action due to the Thanksgiving holiday break. The only sports this week is tonight's game between the Viking girls and the Bloomer Blackhawks. Now, coming up next week, we have a very busy week of Viking athletics. The Viking girls basketball team will host the Clear Lake Warriors on Monday, November 29th, then travel to Glenwood City to take on the Hilltoppers on Thursday, December 2nd, and then host the Stanley Boyd Orioles on Saturday, December 4th. We will have all of those games for you on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking boys will open their season on Tuesday, November 30th, when they host the Amory Warriors. Then they'll spring back into action on Friday, December 3rd, when they travel to Thorpe to take on the Thorpe Cardinals. We will have both of those games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In other school news, there is no school for the remainder of this week for the Thanksgiving holiday break. And that's what's happening for the week of November 21st through the 27th at Colfax High School. We here at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV would like to wish everyone a very joyous and happy Thanksgiving.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is more Viking halftime and then second half action.
Hello there, Vincent the Turkey here. And you know that Thanksgiving is a time for gathering together. If I get to Thanksgiving without being someone's main course, I would like to invite you and yours to gather with me for the Northern Light Webcasting Network's Thanksgiving Gathering. They have gathered some of the best Thanksgiving-themed old-time radio programs just to share with you. That's a Thanksgiving gathering on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV. Thanksgiving night starting at 7 p.m.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
And we're getting ready to start the second half. Bloomer to inbound the ball. Vikings on top, 31-21. Iverson has it, turns it around, passes it across the lane. Shot goes up, it's no good. Fashionbauer with the shot. They feed it out to Iverson, steps into the lane, puts it up, no good. Emily Bertram-Schofield with the rebound. And we're going to get a foul called underneath. And the foul is on Seibel. It's her second personal. First team foul in the second half on the Blackhawks. Best with it. Feeds it over to Bovey, back out to Best. To Bertram Schofield, streaking underneath. Ball gets knocked out of bounds off of Seibel, and the Vikings will keep possession. Shipman to inbound. She gets it out to Barstead. Now it's over to Best. To Shipman. Shipman with the jumper, puts it in! McKenna Shipman with 11 points on the night. 33-21, Vikings on top. Seibel with it. Feeds it down onto the left side. The Fashionbauer puts the shot up, rattles around and goes in. Here come the Vikings back down the floor. Best with it. Feeds it over to Barstead. Down into the right corner to Bovey. Puts up a three. She hit it!
That one had some action range.
Bovey with the three.
And now Bovey takes it away.
And we have a jump ball being called. Viking fans didn't like that call very much. They thought that Jasmine Best had fought her way through it. Bovey inbounds it to Barstead. She gets it out high to Best. Between the circles. Now back over to the left side to Barstead. Down to Bovey in the left corner. To Barstead, high, wide, and left. To Shipman. Out to Best. To Bertram Schofield, drives into the lane, puts up the jumper, no good. Rebound, taken down and put back up by Shipman, and the rebound by Iverson. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. They feed it down into the right corner. That's Latz with it. She puts a jumper up, it's no good. Rebound off the back of Iverson, picked up by Bovey. Takes it down the lane, and it gets swatted out of bounds by Latz.
You could hear that one from up here, Rick.
Pretty serious rejection that time by Latz.
Little animation from the Bloomer crowd that traveled.
Shot up by Bertram Schofield's no good. Put back shot no good. And we have a whistle underneath. Foul on the Vikings, and it's going to be on Bovey. That's her first personal, first team foul on the Vikings. Jones into the lineup for the Blackhawks. They feed it in to Iverson.
Ooh.
Ball gets knocked off of Bertram Schofield's face and out of bounds. And Emily Bertram Schofield a little late getting up. They're going to just check and make sure she's got all her faculties with her. Maybe a few teeth at the same time. That came pretty hard off the face.
That did. She was pretty close proximity from where the ball came.
Blackhawks inbound it. Latz with it, drives into the lane, and we're going to get a charging call. Latz just totally ran over Best.
Wrong sport there for Danielle Latz.
Second personal on Latz, second team on the Blackhawks. Best with it, feeds it down into the left corner to Bovey, puts up the three, no good. Rebound, put back up and in by Shipman, and she draws the foul. And the foul is on Seibel. That's her third personal, third team foul. Shipman at the line. Shots on the way, and it's good. Jacobs into the lineup, replacing Seibel. Iverson to inbound. High pass goes into Jones. She's got the dribble in the backcourt. She's under pressure. Ball gets knocked loose. Then they get it down into the forecourt, and it's off the hands of the Blackhawks, and the Vikings get it. Best brings it down the floor. Feeds it over to Barstead. Over on the left side to Bovey. Back out to Barstead. Barstead feeds it to Olsen on the left side. She tries to drive the baseline, and they call her for traveling. She took a little stutter step before she put the ball on the floor.
She knew what she wanted to do with the ball, she just didn't have it yet.
I think the stutter step happened when she was changing the ball from the right hand to the left hand. Iverson double teamed in the backcourt. Gets it over to Sarar. Long shot goes up, no good. Rebound, we got a foul underneath. It's going to be on the Blackhawks. That's going to be on Jones. No, change that, it's on Latz.
Her third, and you can see Iverson walking down the court with her, trying to calm her down, and she's had a quite bit of aggressive past couple minutes here. Now she gets a little break on the bench.
That's the fourth team foul on the Blackhawks. Barstead with it high, wide, and left, puts up the three, no good. Rebound. Taken down by the Vikings. They try to get it out to the outside. Ball gets tapped out of bounds by the Vikings. Iverson inbounds it. Sarar with it. Over on the right side. Jacobs out between the circles to Jones. Then it's over to Petska on the left side. She drives down to the left baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebound, looses on the floor. We have a whistle and a jump ball being called. Possession arrow goes to Bloomer. And it's going to be Jones to inbound. Feeds it into Iverson. Hajdukovic guarding her closely. Iverson turns to put it up, and they're going to get Hajdukovic getting her with the body.
Tough call there. Great play defensively there from Hajdukovic to at least make Iverson work for it.
First shot is up, rims around and out. That's the first foul on Hajdukovic. Second team foul on the Vikings. Iverson's second shot is up and in. Vikings 39, Blackhawks 24. Down the floor. Comes Best, they give it over to Barstead. To Hydorn between the circles. To Best on the left side, to Barstead on the right. Into the lane to Hajdukovic. She lays it up a little hard off the glass. And the Blackhawks come down. Passes over to Jacobs on the left side. To Iverson in the lane. Back over to Jacobs, high, wide, and left. Shot is no good. Sarar with the rebound. To Iverson at the elbow. To Jacobs. And we get a jump ball called. She kind of lost the handle on it, ended up kind of sitting on the ball, and the Vikings got some hands on it and got the jump ball call. Emily Bertram-Schofield back into the lineup for the Vikings. That's good to see.
Along with Aaliyah Reen.
Maybe all that did was make her ornery.
Yep.
Hajdukovic with it. To Bertram-Schofield on the right side. She drives to the lane. Tries to kick it over. She does. To Hydorn. Out to Hajdukovic. Over to the right side. Hajdukovic with a shot. And it's good. 41-24. Vikings with it. Down the floor come the Blackhawks. Iverson with the shot from the free throw line. It's no good. Bertram-Schofield comes down with it. Out to Best, just outside the arc. Takes it to the free throw line. Feeds it down into the corner to Reen. She puts up the three. It's off the iron, no good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Leah Reen. That'll be her first personal. Third team foul on the Vikings. Iverson takes a seat. Sabell into the lineup. Pass goes off the head of Fashionbauer. She didn't know the pass was coming in the first place. It got tipped by the Vikings, but it tipped right off the back of her head and out of bounds. So the Vikings get it.
Great hands by Bertram Schofield to get her fingertips on it.
They feed underneath to Reen. She puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks. That's one where Reen probably should have used the glass.
Absolutely.
Long shot, no good. Rebound chased down by Best. She brings it down the floor on the right side, takes it into the lane. Puts the shot up, it's good! And she drew the harm. First 2 points for Jasmine Best tonight. And she's got a chance to make it 3. Sarrar and Latz into the lineup for the Blackhawks. The shot by Best is up, off the iron, no good. And we're going to get a foul. And they're going to call Hajdukovic with her second personal. 4th team foul on the Vikings. Inbound pass, back to Seibel. They get it over to Kempe. Back out to Seibel, over to Sarrar, to Jacobs, back to Sarrar. And we're going to get a pushing foul underneath. I think this one's on Emily Bertram Schofield. It is. 15 foul on the Vikings. That's only the first foul on Bertram Schofield. Blackhawks to inbound to Jacobs, or Latz. Puts it up, no good. And going up with it is Seibel, and she gets fouled on the way up by Hajdukovic. And that's a 3rd foul on Hajdukovic. Seibel's first shot is no good. Hovey into the lineup. Along with Goodell. Shots on the way and good. (43-25) Vikings on top. Bertram Schofield with it. Takes it between the circles, and they're going to get her with a travel. That trailing foot slid as she tried to put the brakes on.
Just couldn't quite stop on that one.
But she knew it.
Yep.
Blackhawks to inbound it. Sarrar with it. On the left side, takes it between the circles. Gets it over to Kempe. Kempe down underneath to Seibel, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound taken away by Bertram Schofield. And they're going to get Bertram Schofield with a double dribble. And I'll be honest with you, I don't understand that call.
I didn't see it.
She dribbled, but then Bloomer got their hands on the ball.
Guess that's why we're up here and they're down there.
That's right. So Bloomer inbounds it. Jacobs with it. Feeds it over to Sarrar. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Ball's loose on the floor. Sarrar picks it up. Gets it out to Jacobs. 3-pointer on the way is no good. Goodell gets the ball, but it gets taken away from her, and we're going to get a travel underneath.
Great hustle by Jenna Goodell. She tracked the ball down to save it here on the baseline.
And we have a timeout on the floor. 43-25, Vikings on top. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Back at Colfax High School. Vikings on top by 18, 11-12 to go. And the Vikings inbound the ball. Govey to Goodell. to Reen. Tries to get it down to Hajdukovic. Did not see the Blackhawk player standing right there. And the shot goes up and in by Sibel. Down the floor comes Bovey. Whoop, lost the handle. Sarar takes it down for the Blackhawks, puts it up. It's no good. She traveled before she went up with it.
She traveled while she was switching hands to shoot.
They didn't give her the Euro step.
Not that time.
Reen with it, gets it to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic turns around, realizes there's nobody there, drives it down, kicks it out to Bovey, puts up the three, and she hit it.
It's like Bovey knew that one was going in. She let that one go and just slowly walked backwards as if switched to the net.
That's 3 threes for Jillian Bovey tonight. She has 11 points. Turnaround jumper in the lane by the Blackhawks by Latz. It's no good. Bovey with the rebound. She brings it down the floor. Puts on the brakes to Bertram Schofield on the left. Over to Reen. Feeds it into the lane to Hajdukovic. Ball gets knocked away. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the Vikings. And that's a foul on Reen. And that's the 7th foul on the Vikings. So it will put the Blackhawks to the line for the 1-1. First shot on the way, it's good. This is Kempe at the line. That's her first point of the night. Second shot on the way, off the back of the iron. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks, putting it right back up and in is Latz. And we get a whistle and a foul on Kempe. As she had Bovey cornered, but reached in and grabbed and got a hold of Bovey. That's Kempe's first foul. So within a matter of seconds, she got her first point and her first foul.
Funny how basketball works that way.
Goodell with it. Tries to feed down to Shipman, but kind of put a little bit too much torque in the arm.
Got a little aggressive with that one.
46-30, Vikings by 16. Blackhawks have it on the right side. Kempe with it. Gets it out to Jones. Feeds it over to the left side to Jacobs. Jacobs over to Kempe, a little too high, out of bounds. Vikings will have it.
Great defense.
Gotten a little bit sloppy.
A little bit sloppy. Great defense there by Bertram Schofield to force a bad pass.
Down the floor comes Bovey. Feeds it over to Shipman. Shipman on the right side. Gets stopped, tries to feed it into the lane. Ball gets knocked away, but chased down by Bertram Schofield. Tries to feed it over to Goodell, but the ball got tipped and the Blackhawks have it. Across the timeline is Sarar. Stops at the top of the key, but she dragged her foot. So a travel call, and the Vikings will inbound it. Down the floor comes Bovey. Feeds it down underneath, and the shot is up and in by Shipman. 48-30. Blackhawks have it on the right side. Kempe puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound taken out of there by Bertram Schofield. Takes it down, stops, puts it up from the right side, no good. Rebound taken down by Jones for the Blackhawks. Down the floor they come. Jones has it between the circles. Feeds it over to Kempe on the right. Back to Jones at the top of the key. This is over to Jacobs on the left, then down to Sarar. Shot is no good, but the ball gets taken down, and they try a putback. It's no good. Rebound. Jump ball called. Best is back in the lineup. Goodell takes a break. Blackhawks have the ball on the alternate side out. Iverson with it on the left side, gets it out to Serrar. Over to Fashionbauer. Back to Iverson to Serrar from the free throw line. No good. Rebound. Taken down by Jones. Puts the shot up. No good. Vikings come away with it. They feed it down to the corner to Bertram Schofield. Three-pointer. She hit the three. Emily Bertram Schofield. 51-30. Vikings have their biggest lead of the night. Iverson with it. Feeds it over to Latz. Puts the shot up. No good. We have a rebound tied up and a jump ball. It'll be the Vikings ball. Seibel into the lineup. Giving Jones a break. Barstead inbounds it. Pass over to Best. Back to Barstead in the backcourt. She takes it across the timeline. Down to the left side. She's high, wide, and left. Cross-court pass over to Bovey. Long three off the front of the iron. Rebound chased down. Blackhawks have it. Ball gets knocked away by Best. It's out of bounds off the Blackhawks. Vikings will have it. Boy, there was a lot of hustle for that ball that time.
Sure was.
For both teams.
Absolutely. Once again, Danielle Latz around the loose ball, as she has been all night for Bloomer.
Best has it between the circles to Barstead on the left. She's high, wide, and left. Over to the left side to Bovey. She takes it back around high. Out to Best between the circles. Long three-pointer off the front of the iron, off the back of the iron, no good. Down the floor comes Bloomer. Seibel with it. High, wide, and right. Feeds it over to the left side to Iverson. Iverson with a shot, no good. Rebound taken down, and we're going to get a whistle underneath by Bertram. A foul on Bertram Schofield. She didn't argue with it. It's Bertram Schofield's second foul. 8th foul on the Vikings. Olsen and Hydorn into the lineup, replacing Bertram Schofield and Bovey. Shot is up and in by Jones, or check that, that's Latz. Second shot on the way, and that's also good. Best coming down the floor across the timeline. And we have a whistle, and we're going to get a foul on Serrar. That's her 4th with 6:35 to go. It's also the 7th foul, so both teams now in the bonus. First shot on the way, it's good. 52-32. Iverson takes a seat. Elizabeth Anderson into the lineup. Shots on the way, it's good. 53-32.
8 different Vikings have found the scoring column tonight. Shows great.
Again, that balanced scoring.
Good depth, both from the starters and on the bench. That doesn't matter who's on the floor. They all can contribute in some way.
Fashionbauer between the circles. Over to Jones on the left side. Back out high to Fashionbauer. To Seibel on the right. Seibel tries to feed it into the lane. Ball gets tied up. Pass was intended for Anderson, and she was tied up by Barstead. Possession arrow in favor of the Blackhawks. Ball goes out to Fashionbauer on the right. Feeds it out high, wide, and right to Seibel. The shot is no good. Rebound hauled away by Best.
And if we tracked rebounds, there'd probably be more than 8 Vikings in the stat sheet.
And a good move by Shipman. She puts the ball up. It's no good. Ball's loose on the floor. Anderson finally gets the ball passed away to Jones, who brings it down across the timeline. Feeds it down into the right corner. And we're going to get a jump ball called. Latz is kind of upset. I think she thought she was fouled.
Best nearly had a steal on that one.
So the Vikings inbound. Best brings the ball down the floor. Over to Hydorn. Down to Shipman. Drives the right baseline. Can't get anywhere with it. Feeds it to Barstead, and we have a pushing foul. And that's going to be against Anderson, I believe, of the Blackhawks. No, it's not.
It's going to be Makendo Kempe.
I think they could have got either one of them on that, but they got Kempe. So Barstead at the line. First shot's on the way. It's good. Second shot on the way. It's also good. Leah Reen into the lineup as Barstead takes a seat. And down the floor come the Blackhawks with 5:18 to go. Jones with it. Tried to pass it out to the left wing, and nobody was there.
Petska took off right before the pass could get through.
Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Hydorn with it. Gets it over to Hajdukovic. Out to Olsen. High, wide, and left. Back across to Hydorn. Back over to Olsen. Feeds it into the lane to Hajdukovic. To Goodell from three. Off the top of the board. No good. Rebound taken down by the Blackhawks. Saibo feeds it over to Jones. Back over to Kempe. Shots up, no good. Rebound taken down by Reen. Hydorn with it. Tries to feed it down the floor. Tried to feed it right through a Blackhawk. Saibo has it. They feed it over to the right side to Jones. They tried to get it into the lane to Petska, but she got fouled in the process by Reen. That's the third personal on Aaliyah Reen. 9th foul on the Vikings. Shot is on the way, it's good. Second shot on the way. It's also good. 55-34. Hydorn brings it down the floor. Over to Olsen. Feeds it into the lane to Hajdukovic. Goodell with it. Loses the handle. Olsen picks it up. Ball got tied up and they spit it over to the Blackhawks. They feed it down underneath. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Anderson. Gets it out to Petska, puts the shot up, it's no good. We're going to get a foul called on the Blackhawks. It's on Anderson. That'll be the 9th team foul. First foul on Anderson. And sends Olsen to the line for the 1-and-1. First shot on the way, off the front of the iron, no good. Blackhawks come down with it. They feed it over to Kempe. He then gets it to Petska. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound taken down by Olsen.
Good length, good length from Olsen to track down those rebounds for Colfax.
Shot goes up by Reen. It's no good. And down the floor come the Blackhawks, 3:25 to go. In the lane to Anderson, turns around, tries to put it up, can't get it to go. Hydorn comes away with it for the Vikings. Feeds it over to the left side to Olsen, into the lane to Hajdukovic. Now over on the right side to Reen, to Hajdukovic, back in the lane, back out to Reen. Reen drives the baseline, tries to go up with it, she can't, it's blocked. And down the floor come the Blackhawks. Feeding it down low, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And it's on Hajdukovic. It's her 4th personal. So this puts Petska to the line for 2 for the double bonus. First shot's up, no good. And the second shot's on the way, rattles around, no good. And attempted shot by Anderson got blocked. You get it out high to Jones. Over to Kempe. Kempe's 3-pointer on the way off the front of the iron, no good. Chased down by Goodell. Goodell brings it down the floor. We're getting a blocking foul called on Kempe. It was just a matter of which contact they were going to call her for because she was bumping her most of the way down.
Great job by Jenna Goodell. Chance to trip to the line for first points of the season.
First shot's on the way, no good. Vikings are also in the double bonus. Goodell's second shot is on the way. It's off the iron, no good. Blackhawks come down the floor. Jones with it on the right side. Feeds it into the lane to Anderson. Well, she's just outside the lane. They kick it back out high. Over to the left side. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound taken down. And we're going to get a foul called on, I think, Anderson. It's going to put Hajdukovic to the line for 2. It is on Anderson. That's her second personal. Jeanette Hajdukovic with 5 points on the night so far. Make that 6.
Each one she adds on is a season high.
There you go. Next shot on the way, no good. Rebound chased down. Last touch by the Vikings. And we have some substitutions coming in for the Vikings. Meadow Keltner coming into the lineup.
Along with J.C. Bovey.
Both of which played in the JV game earlier today and had big games there.
Absolutely. Too.
And we have a whistle and a foul, and then J.C. Bovey grabbed hold as Serrar was going up with the shot. That's Bovey's first varsity foul.
She just wanted to get on the varsity stat sheet on that one.
There you go.
She fills up the JV stat sheet.
First shot for Serrar is good. 21-point lead for the Vikings. Minute 58 to go. And the second shot is good. 56-36. Yeah, we could say that Bovey, these varsity stats are, they're going to call her for a travel. Looked to me like a pretty good jump stop.
It's a good jump stop.
That was Reen that they called for, and Blackhawks have the ball. Yeah, we could say that Bovey, this is the varsity stats are her overflow stats. And a long three-pointer goes in for Petska. 56-39. Ball gets knocked away. Serrar gets it, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Hydorn. And we're going to get a foul right along the side. And that's going to be on Kempe. That's Kempe's fourth foul. Hydorn at the line. Shooting two. First shot is up, rattles around and in. Second shot rattles around. It does not go in, and we're going to get a foul underneath.
A lot of whistles here in the second half.
You're absolutely right about that. And so Metal Keltner gets into the stat book with foul number 1.
Her first varsity foul as well?
I believe so. Anderson's shot is good. 57-40. Second shot on the way, it's also good. 57-41, $1:27 to go. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by Kempe. Vikings will maintain possession. Keltner to inbound, looking for somewhere to go. Gets it into Hydorn, back to Keltner. Serrar with the attempted steal, but the ball got out of bounds. So Keltner to inbound it again. Gets it into Hydorn. Hydorn takes it down the right side. Across the timeline. High, wide, and right. Gets it down to Reen in the corner. Back out high to Keltner. Or not to Keltner, to Hydorn. Hydorn into the lane, puts the shot up, no good. Blackhawks bring it down the floor. Under a minute to go. Serrar with it, drives to the baseline, kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson's shot is no good. Rebound tipped around, Reen comes away with it. Reen to Bovey, to Goodell, to Bovey, to Hydorn. And this is J.C. Bovey when we say Bovey. To Keltner, over to Reen, to Hydorn, to Reen. Reen brings it back out. Hydorn with it. Gets it over to Keltner. 18 seconds. Vikings trying to hold the ball. To Hydorn. 13 seconds. To Goodell. And we get a 5-second close guarding call. I don't think Jenna Goodell understood the situation.
I don't believe so either, and the crowd was trying to help her out, tell her to dribble, but when you're in that situation, you kind of don't hear anything but what's going on inside of your head.
So in comes the ball, 2 seconds to go, 1 second, and that's going to be our final score. Vikings up their record to 2 wins and 1 loss with a 57-41 victory over the Bloomer Blackhawks. And we're going to have Viking post-game coming up in just a few minutes. You've been tuned to Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit DairyStateBank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank. Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
When you've checked that hayfield and find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the Vikings have just defeated the Bloomer Blackhawks 57-41. They got off to a little bit of a slow start tonight, actually falling behind by as many as 11 points. But then they kind of turned it on and put on a lot of hustle.
Absolutely. As Coach Starr makes it up here. I have to ask her, Rick, what she said in that timeout huddle, because that led to a 23-2 run to end the first half for Colfax.
Yeah, what was that? It was something to 8.
It was 19-8 at the time.
Yes.
They ended on a 23-2 run.
And joining us right now is Coach Serrar. And Coach, first question that comes to our mind, when you guys were trailing 19-8, what did you say to those girls at the halftime? Because you just put on one heck of a run after that.
Yeah, I was a little fiery. I was just kind of disappointed with, our overall energy and effort. It just seemed like we were just really lackadaisical, and that's not like us. So I'm proud of the way that they came back then after that. And, I know we must have gone like 20 to something because we ended up 10 at half. So I was impressed with just their way to, respond when I was asking them to.
Well, they sure did, because they came out, it looked a little flat. They were like a step slow, every loose ball. Bloomer was beating them to the ball. Plus Bloomer's taller, and so when you've got both those things going against you, it's pretty tough. And that was really hurting the Vikings early in the game.
Yeah, we just came out kind of lackadaisical. I've talked to the girls a couple times about making sure, you're ready to play right from the tip. So wasn't the case tonight, but I was happy with the way that they responded after I asked them to, and ended the half and the game on a good note.
Well, you're now 2-1, and this game was a struggle. That's a character builder for the Vikings, and yet you still come out on top. It's getting you in better position to fight in that Dunn St. Croix Conference.
Yeah, we really wanted to win this game. Going into Thanksgiving break, it would have been hard to sit on a loss for a few days. So we're excited with where we're at. And the girls are excited to, have some time off too, and then hit the floor running before Christmas. So.
And in fact, you're really good. You get to eat a little bit of turkey the rest of this week, but boy, oh boy, you can't eat too much of it because you got 3 games next week.
I know. Yep. Yeah, we can't. We're practicing tomorrow morning, and then the girls have a few days off. But then, yeah, like you said, we'll be back into it before we know it. So.
Now, coming up next week on Saturday. Let's give a shout out to something that's going on here at Colfax. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're having a big classic tournament here. Lots of teams from the Dun St. Croix and then teams from other conferences, the Clover Belt, and a few others. That will be
Middle Border, maybe.
Yep, Middle Border will be joining us here. So starting at, I think the first game is right away at 8:30. So I think there's 7 games total, 7 or 8 games, and then we end the tournament at 8:45 against Stanley Boyd. So it'll be a great day for basketball. I know they're not charging you per game. It's per it's for the day. So you can come watch a lot of basketball for not a lot of money, and I think it should be a fun day.
And there ought to be some really good quality ball, because I took a look at some of the teams that are coming into play, and they're perennial powerhouses. Teams like Fall Creek.
Yes.
And Regis will be back.
Yep. Yeah. So there should be some really good games that day.
Okay. Well, congratulations again on tonight's game, 57-41. We've got Clear Lake coming up early next week, and we're going to have fun with that. And so enjoy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thanks.
And we'll be back with more Viking postgame right after this timeout.
Hello there, Vincent the Turkey here. And you know that Thanksgiving is a time for gathering together. If I get to Thanksgiving without being someone's main course, I would like to invite you and yours to gather with me for the Northern Light Webcasting Network's Thanksgiving Gathering. They have gathered some of the best Thanksgiving-themed old-time radio programs just to share with you. That's a Thanksgiving gathering on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service in NLWN-TV. Thanksgiving night starting at 7 p.m.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Ethan, why don't you tell us how we got to the points that we got to?
Absolutely. Well, we've talked about it a bunch. It was a big 23-2 run to end in the first half for Colfax that pretty much put this one in second gear, I should say, in the rearview mirror for the Vikings. A comfortable 57-41 win over the visiting Bloomer Blackhawks tonight. Once again, McKenna Shipman leading the way as she had 16 points, able to eclipse that season average of 15.5 by a half a point. Nonetheless, 16 more points for McKenna Shipman. She had 9 in the first half. A chunk of those 9, if not all, coming during that big run. Madison Barstead kept the scoring going. 9 more points from her tonight, including the 3-ball. And 3 3-balls from Jillian Bovey as she gets in double digits for the first time this season with an 11-point outing. And all around, as I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 different Vikings fighting the score sheet in the stack score column tonight. So well-rounded play tonight from the Vikings.
And let's take a look at the Bloomer scoring, because they didn't just lay down and play dead.
No, they did not. Abby Iverson led the pace still, not quite with her 17 that she dropped in the win over Hayward, but 9 points, only one of those coming in the second half. I think that's a big reason why Colfax is able to lead comfortably throughout the second half. And matter of fact, you didn't see her on the court too much towards the end of the second half.
In fact, that's exactly what Coach Serrar had said during Viking pregame, during Coach's Corner, is that was the player they were going to have to focus on, and it looks like the Viking defense did a pretty good job of that.
Absolutely. They did well. We've talked about each team having a big spotlight player so far this year to shut down, and Friday night it was McKenna Rothschild that they were able to outlast. Now tonight they're able to keep Abby Iverson in single digits and pretty much shut her down in the second half. So Colfax, the great defensive performance once again.
Okay. Well, hey, our camera person tonight, courtesy of Colfax High School, was Jeff Gust, and he wanted me to remind you that Viking TV, that basketball classic that Coach Serrar was just talking about, with, I believe it's 16 teams, 8 games, all on December 4th, right here at Colfax High School. Viking TV is going to stream all 8 of those games. We, of course, will be here for the Viking game at 8:45, but they will be on the air with all 8 games from that tournament that day. And again, if you can't get here to the school, it's a really good chance to watch some top-rate girls high school basketball, and make sure you check that out as well. Any final thoughts on this one?
Not for me, Rick. Another well-played night from the Vikings. They've showed well their last two after their season opener dud versus Hudson. Again, a great early test for all three of these matches for Colfax. They were able to separate themselves a little more over Bloomer. But a good start, 2-1 going into Thanksgiving break.
And that's just about where you were hoping to be. If you can't be 3-0, then be 2-1.
Absolutely.
Hey, don't forget to join us here at NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network on Monday, the 29th, as the Viking girls will host the Clear Lake Warriors. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame at 6:55 p.m., and that will be followed, of course, by all the live play-by-play action. That's Colfax Vikings Girls Basketball on Monday, November 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The tongue gets tired at this time of the evening, and things don't quite come out the way they're supposed to. Don't forget, the following night, right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, November 30th, the Viking boys are going to tip off their season as they host the Amory Warriors. Again, live coverage will begin at 6:55 p.m., followed by the live play-by-play action. And that'll be Ethan's inaugural live play-by-play night. You're going to have fun with that, Ethan. That's on the 30th. We also want to mention there are a little bit of a change in the Viking boys' schedule. They will not be playing on Friday the 3rd of December. That game is being rescheduled, the game against Thorpe at Thorpe. They're having some COVID issues over at Thorpe, and so they have to reschedule that game. And they have moved their game at Bloomer to Thursday the 2nd. Now, we normally would be carrying that game, but we're already committed to an away game with the Viking girls, and so we will be unable to bring you that game from Bloomer. If it were home and away, we'd be able to figure that one out, but with it being an away game, we can't quite do that. So, anyway, that slight change in the boys' schedule, and we'll let you know when that Thorpe game gets rescheduled. The Bloomer Colfax wrestling team is going to take on Glenwood City on Saturday the 4th. So you go watch the wrestlers, but take your phone along and you can watch the basketball on Viking TV from the wrestling meet. In fact, you can watch it on NLWN-TV if it's during the Viking game. Although that wrestling might be done by the time the basketball game rolls around.
Catch the wrestling meet during the day and then get back home at night for the varsity game.
And don't forget, we have a holiday special coming up on Thursday. In fact, that's the next thing we're going to air here on NLWN-TV is our Thanksgiving gathering, where we have 4 of the classic old-time radio programs, all Thanksgiving themed, and we're going to bring those to you Thanksgiving night starting at 7 o'clock on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV. So tonight's Colfax High School basketball game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, Anderson Bridge, Slayton's Technology, Pleasant Valley Properties, and Aram's Custom Bailing and Kyle's Buff and Shine. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We would also like to join with our sponsors and hope that all of you have the opportunity to give thanks for the many blessings that we all have and have a most enjoyable Thanksgiving holiday. This is Rick Olson for Ethan Bartles, along with Jeff Gust, our cameraman. Wishing you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Final score once again, Vikings 57, Blackhawks 41. You're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.